Hello, everybody. I hope you are feeling great. Thank you so much for being here on my new page. This is the beginning of a journey for me, so I greatly appreciate you being here from the start. And if you do like it, if you could just subscribe and share and do all those fun YouTube things, I would be so grateful. I've been thinking about how I want to use this channel, and really I want it to be a place that people can come to find videos on breath work and yin and yoga, and eventually figure out how it will be different from the others. But for now, I will get into my wellness journey on another day. But I do have to say that yoga and wellness and breathing, meditation, and the whole yogic lifestyle has truly, deeply changed my whole life and the person that I am from inside out. So I hope that this will be a little bit of guidance for you to get to that point wherever you are, just using it as a tool to connect to your divine self within, truly. So today, I wanted to start with a little bit of breathing, and then we'll get into some grounding yin poses. So yin is my favorite. It's all on the ground, so you're not sweating, but we do use props and things for compression that break up that fascia, that connective tissue that's on the outside of your muscles. And it really is deep stretching, and it feels so good, and I love it. And I feel like it's a very introspective type of yoga because you're in poses for a few minutes at a time. So those thoughts that arise, acknowledging them and breathing them away, and just connecting with that light, like I talked about in the first class, that light within. Okay, so we'll get started. You will always need props for my classes. That's what yin is all about. So blocks, which look like this, you can get them really anywhere. Actually, Home Goods and things like that have them for pretty cheap if you need it. And then a bolster. So a bolster basically looks like just a giant big couch cushion. So if you have that, that works too. And sometimes I will use a strap, which you can also use a long scarf, or the whatchamacallit, the belt of a robe or something like that. Okay, so just get comfortable in a seated position, sitting on the edge of a block with your knees tilted downward. So what this does is create optimal alignment through the spine. So your crown of your head is reaching towards the sky, your spine is nice and long, and your pelvis is just tilted just a little bit forward. Feel the curve in your spine matching the curve in your neck. And then bring your hands to wherever they fall in your lap. It could be on your knees, inside your lap with your left hand below your right, palms facing up, or you can put your hands down on your knees, which is very grounding if you need that at this time. And just close your eyes, beginning to feel the natural rhythm of the breath. Focus on the inhale. Notice the parts of the body that gently expand with that beautiful in-breath. And then that little compression of the exhale, maybe the low belly. For now, just acknowledging the breath and not changing it in any way. This is your natural flow, the natural rhythm that your body flows each day. So just enjoy this for a few moments, getting settled into your sacred space. And then on your next inhale, begin to take it nice and slow, counting in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top of the breath for 2. And then let it out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on this next inhale, we're going to inhale for 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 2. And then out for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this next inhale coming in for 8, the longest and slowest breath that you've taken today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 2. And then out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And since you know where to go now, do 4 more breaths with that 8 count, pausing for 2 at the top of the breath. Just connecting to this deep in and out breath, your pranayama. Well, this is the practice of pranayama. What's inside of you is your prana, and this is your life force energy that is flowing throughout. So when you have this optimal breath, this optimal flow of oxygen, you really encourage that prana life force to flow throughout your entire body. So just always connecting with your breath in times of stress, knowing you can always use this as a tool. The counting of the breath is really great, especially for when you can't sleep. And if you need to just get through any stressful situation, just always coming back to your breath. And after that last exhale, begin to take a full deep breath, filling up all the way to the top, filling your chest and lungs, feel your heart space expand, even your back and your low belly. And then sigh it out with an audible sigh, letting it all go. What's really cool about virtual yoga is you're usually in your home space or somewhere you're comfortable, so you can do all of this without judgment of the self, letting it all go. Not having to look any certain type of way in your poses, just following alignment and however your body feels good. Take that breath 2 more times, filling all the way up to the top with your audible sigh, and maybe breathing in an intention you'd like to set for yourself. It's the beginning of February. It's a new moon, a time of new beginnings, and a time of change. And with that exhale, a release of anything that is blocking that intention. Whether it be fear of change, anxiety about something new, sadness, loss, anger, breathe it away. Truly connecting with your inner self, just using this breath. After that last exhale, bring your eyes open to a gentle gaze. Notice this lightness inside and try to carry this throughout class today. So just remove this block from underneath you, coming down to a seat. Bring the soles of your feet together in butterfly. So the soles of the feet touch, the knees are here. If you want, if this isn't comfortable for you, bring these underneath your knees. So then it's settling down, and then also your knees don't have to be pulled all the way, or your feet don't have to be pulled all the way into your body. They can be out here, they can be here. Every body is different. So I really want you to remember that, so you're not trying to look like the pictures that are on your Instagram or anything like that. Listen to your body. That is so, so important in yoga. And there are some poses that I'm never going to be able to do, and I've been practicing since I was 15 years old. So really, really please honor your body in my classes. That's most important. So yeah, if you need these underneath the knees, that was a little bit of a rant. So bring this forward, or bring these forward if you're not going to use them. And just finding this pose, bring your hands on the outside of your ankles and pull your chest forward to create length through the spine. The crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Feel strong and confident here. And if this is enough for you, stay here. But if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, Inhale your arms up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Really feel how long you can get. Maybe gaze up to the sky. Take a nice big breath in, and with your exhale coming down a few inches. Inhale, create space. Exhale, release just a few more inches. Inhale again, and then this exhale dropping all the way down. And then if your blocks aren't underneath your knees and you do need a place to go and can't make it all the way down to the ground, that's another place that these blocks come in handy. So you could just come right down onto these blocks like this. They even go as tall as this. So just like this, but making sure that your spine is nice and long in these poses. In this pose, you don't want your back crouched like this, nice and open wide. And as you begin to settle down towards the earth, just making sure to stay connected to the breath, in and out through the nose. And again, talking about honoring your body. If there's ever any pain in these poses, I want you to come out and find something that is comfortable. But if it's just discomfort, please just try to breathe through it, knowing that you can do it. You have this power inside this breath to use as a tool to let everything go, to let go of stiffness and tension. And just know that the benefit outweighs this discomfort at this point. Take just a few more breaths here. And on your next inhale, using your fingertips to gently walk yourself up, walk your hands towards your body as you come up one vertebrae at a time. And then bring your legs out to the sides for dragonfly. So they're nice and long, and you still want to keep the spine straight. Again, no crouching like this. Open up your shoulders, bring your shoulder blades to touch. Your heart space opens wide. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. Bring your left hand by your side, and on your exhale, coming over the body, this arm is nice and active and strong, and your palm is open wide. And then you can have a little bit of a twist of your chest towards the sky, maybe gaze to the sky. With each inhale, lengthening, with each exhale, deepening. Just a few more breaths here. Enjoy this deep, long lateral side stretch. Your rib cage is opening here, so breathe down this side of the body all the way down to the toes. And then feel that prana coming up through the toes, through the legs, through the side body, and out the crown of your head and your fingertips. And on this next inhale, begin to rise up. Drop your right hand down to the ground. Inhale your left arm to the sky. And on the exhale, this side stretch on the other side. It should feel good. Breathe into the parts of the body that are feeling tense. And with the exhale, release that stiffness. Knowing that this is beneficial to the body. And gaze up to the sky if you'd like. That's just a little bit of a variation. But if gazing forward is enough for you, stay there. And then just know that this is so opening, creating space throughout the body to invite in the good. This is creating space in the body. It's for your organs to work optimally. And on your next inhale, rise back up. Bring the right arm to meet the left above you. And on the exhale, coming forward. And then again, finding those blocks here. If you want. I'm always going to use these blocks for this one. My hamstrings are tight. And breathe in and out through the nose. Relax the jaw and the space between the brows. Relax your whole face. knowing that you can get through this. You have that power and strength inside. Breathe down into the hips and the legs. And exhale and release. A little bit further down towards the earth. Just 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, beginning to rise up. Drawing your hands towards your body as you come up. Move these blocks out of the way. Bend your right knee in towards your thigh, and then bend this left leg backwards. So the sole of the foot, is bent, and so it's kind of like, it's like a weird shape, but if this is uncomfortable for you, you can just stay with your knee, with both of your feet crossed in a comfortable seat like this. But if you're here in deer twist, or this is deer, inhale your arms up to the sky. Either way, if you're in cross-legged as well, inhale your arms up to the sky. And on the exhale, twisting over to the right, bring your left hand to your knee. Right arm comes behind you. Come up onto the fingertips on that right hand. Again, creating length through the spine. This is optimal alignment, so helping your prana to flow through the body as you keep that spine nice and long. And then gaze over that right shoulder. With every inhale, length. Every exhale, sink a little bit deeper into the twist. On your next inhale, begin to come back to center, nice and slow. And then just bring this left leg out in front of you. Lengthen your legs in front of you. They've been bent for a long time, so just shake them out. And we're gonna do a little bit of tapping before we get to the other side. So this also helps to circulate the blood. You can do this throughout your whole body. So even tapping the chest always feels good. The vagus nerve, which is that huge nerve throughout your body. I'll get more into that another day. We're just keeping this one short today. Okay, so now bend this left leg in, bend the right knee back behind you. Create length through the spine by inhaling your arms up to the sky, really reaching. On the exhale, the twist. Bring your right arm to your right knee, not really pulling on it to not hurt the back, just as leverage to give yourself a little bit of an extra twist. Left arm comes behind you, up onto the fingertips, as close to the body as you can, and gaze over that left shoulder. Deer twist. Just a few more breaths here. Enjoy this wringing out of the spine as it enacts all the nerves as you slowly and gently move. This also is great for digestion. The left side of your body, your descending colon. Twisting this out. Take one more big breath in, and on the exhale, coming back to center nice and slow. And then you're going to come onto all fours. So tabletop. Here you also have that neutral spine. Your shoulders are on top of the wrists. So I have to even move myself when I see it in the camera. Shoulders over the wrists, hips are over the knees. And this is just your neutral tabletop. On your next inhale, curl the toes, draw the crown of the head to the sky, arch the back so the navel comes towards the earth for cow. Notice the sensations in this pose before we move to the next and begin to really feel how it feels. Your cow pose. Gaze is forward. And on the exhale, on another exhale, push into the ground, bring the chin to the chest, uncurl the toes and pull the pelvis towards your head. And round your back. So you'll feel this is for cat. So it should look like a cat. And your shoulders expand and open wide. And then as you inhale, drawing the shoulders back together, bringing the chin up, curl the toes, arch the back for cow. And exhale to cat, bringing that chin to the chest, uncurl the toes, pelvis comes forward. And then finding this with the natural rhythm of your breath. As you inhale, finding your cow, and exhale to cat. And then also, this is a great time to get out any movements that you'd like. So maybe sway from side to side, especially for prenatal. This feels really good. This is invoking the element of water, this watery flow of energy as you sway and move to the rhythm of your breath. And then if you want to step a right foot out and push back, stretch out the calf. And then the other one. And while you're doing this, I'm going to tie back this big hair so you can see me, because it's like Cousin It. You wouldn't be able to see anything I was doing with it. All right, so come back to that neutral spine. Inhale your right leg to the sky at hip height. The foot is flexed and pointed down nice and strong. And make sure that all your weight doesn't shift over to the left when this happens. Come forward, hug everything towards the midline, engage your leg, engage your core, and feel the strength on this side. Take a nice big breath in, and on the exhale, drawing a semicircle of your right foot over to the left side of your mat. It comes off the mat and toes onto the ground. So your right leg is crossed over the left. And then gaze over to that foot. Another lateral side stretch, really creating space throughout the body today. I wanted to open us up a little bit, open to new beginnings, to change. And on your next inhale, lift those toes and bring that right knee down. And just sway from side to side one more time, bringing the spine back to alignment. And then on your next inhale, lift that left leg. Foot is flexed and so strong, pointing down towards the earth. Shift that weight if you felt it go to the right. Balancing it between the left and right. Take a big breath in, and on the exhale, drawing the semicircle over to the right. And then gaze over to that left foot. Oh yeah, feels good. Breathe down into those toes, releasing tension with the exhale. Inhale that left leg to the sky. Bring this knee back down. Bring your big toes to touch and your knees spread as wide as the mat. Push your booty back onto your heels, and then gently begin to walk your chest down, head. Everything comes down towards the earth for child's pose. Your arms are out in front of you, but no passive stretching. Come up onto your fingertips like you're holding a ball in your hands to create length and activation throughout your whole body. But this is a resting pose. So if you ever need to come out of a pose that's too much, please, you could just come here. And just connect back to the breath here, in and out through the nose, maybe bringing that intention back to your mind's eye. Creating a focused awareness on this intention, and breathe it down into your heart space. Let it swirl around and fill you up entirely. This is a little form of manifestation here. And as you exhale, seriously breathing away all of these negative thoughts, anxieties, or anything about that's holding you back from this intention. All of these thoughts that come to our minds, 90% of them are uncontrolled. Actually, most of the time it's uncontrolled, but 90% of them do not come true. I think that's the statistics. I'd have to look into that. But just know that you can change these thoughts from negative to positive with the outlook of your life. And that is what yoga helped me to do. So I hope that it helps you to do the same. On your next inhale, beginning to rise back up, coming to tabletop. Bring your left arm in nice and long and strong in front of you. Your nose is in line with your middle finger. Inhale your arm up to the sky, your right arm for another gentle twist. Gaze to the sky, opening up your heart space here. And on the exhale, drawing it underneath your body, bring the shoulder down. Yeah, elbow too. Shoulder, and then eventually cheek and ear and temple, but your booty stays in the sky, and bring that left arm out in front of you. And again, coming up onto the fingertips to create activation through the arm. No passive stretching. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, you can do a half bind, which comes around your back and then reaches for the inside crease of your thigh. If there are any shoulder problems or anything like that, I would not suggest this. Just keep your arm in front of you. But if you want to go a little deeper, try it out. And again, relax the face. If this is too much, of course, come out, but just try to breathe through. Just a few more breaths. On your next inhale, uncross that arm. If it's crossed, bring it down to the ground. Bring that right arm back to the sky. Follow it with your gaze up towards that beautiful sky or ceiling, and then drop your hand down. Bring your right arm in front of your face this time. Your arm is long and strong, and it's externally rotated. On your next inhale, bring that arm up to the sky, the left arm. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, drawing it underneath you, bring the chin and everything down. This arm comes in front of you, nice and long. This side, I have some shoulder issues, so I'm not going to do the half bind, but if you did find the half bind, doing it on this side if you can. And breathe. Just a few more breaths. And on your next inhale, draw that right arm in. Left arm comes up to the sky. And then you drop it down. And then we're just going to curl the toes. And then begin to sit back on the heels, walking your fingertips towards your body. And then eventually sitting onto your heels. This is a really big foot opener. So we never give any love to our feet. They're always in our shoes, and they're really not supposed to be. We're really supposed to be barefoot. So just sending some stretching and love down to these tootsies. And if you want it to be a little deeper, you can bring your arms behind you onto your hands and then lift your knees a bit. This might be too much. It's so crazy. In our yin training, we had to sit like this once for 10 minutes. It was crazy. But just know you can use that breath to get through anything. Drop the knees if they are there. Come forward to come off the feet, and then coming onto your ankles. Find your blocks here. And bring this one. First block comes long facing you. Same as the long edge of the mat. This one comes perpendicular to that block. This one will be for your head. So we'll be setting up, this is called heart bench. It's a really great heart space opening pose, and also great for our posture, because we're all sitting like this all the time and like this on our phones and things, especially with remote working now. So this is a great way to work on your posture. This is something that you actually should do daily. So this comes here. Bring your back towards the edge of the to the blocks. Your feet come nice and long in front of you. And then you're going to slowly make your way down onto the blocks. They should be right at the bottom of your shoulder blades, should be the bottom of the block, but really wherever feels good for you. And then eventually you'll make your way down and bring your head onto this block. And then massage your back on this block, feeling the compression on your spine. Relax your shoulder blades. Bring your arms by your sides. Up is receiving, again, down onto the ground is very grounding. So whatever you're feeling today, I'm feeling like I might need a little bit more grounding, so I'm going to go hands down. But just try to surrender onto the blocks and finding where it's comfortable. You can move it up and down, but just make sure there's no pinching. And then if you want to take this a little bit deeper or just different, you can bring your soles of your feet to touch it for butterfly like we did in the beginning. And then just allow yourself to melt towards the earth. All those parts of the body that are touching the earth, let them relax. And feel this drawing of energy towards the earth as your body surrenders. Take a big breath in and sigh it out, release. And when you're here in these times of stillness, begin to acknowledge the thoughts that come to mind or the emotions that bubble up to the surface. And understand why they're there. Know that you can always come back to them and fully begin to work on why they're there. But for now, just breathe them away, coming back to this present moment. If you need to take that count breath to be here in this here and now, take that. You can even count your inhale 1, exhale 2. Inhale 1, exhale 2. That's a great way to stay focused on the breath. Feel this opening up of the heart space as you come back to gentle awareness of the body. Taking a few more moments here to notice and feel the sensations of the compression of these blocks on your back. With each breath, melting a little bit further towards the earth. Feel this drawing of energy down into the ground. On your next inhale, gently begin to lift up just a few inches, so much so that you can get your blocks out over to the side, but keep them handy. Lengthen your legs out and then slowly lower yourself down into the ground and notice all the sensations as your body touches the earth. Such a release. It feels so good. And then bend your knees and bring them the length of the width of the mat, and the soles of the feet are on the ground. Take a nice big breath in, and as you exhale, let them fall over to the left. Inhale, rise back to the center, let them fall to the right. So it's a little bit of a windshield wiping action as you inhale and exhale, connecting to this natural rhythm of the flow of the breath again. With each of these poses, creating space for change, creating space with whatever you want to fill that space with. And with the exhale, letting go of anything that's in your way. Any of these negative and fake thoughts that are being created by this uncontrolled mind. You really need to connect with this power within and know your strengths. Know you are so unique to this earth. And whatever you want to do will really help. If you're listening to yourself and find your true passion, that's a way to help the earth, because we need that. We need whatever you can give. Eventually bring these legs back to center. Lengthen your left leg nice and long. Hug your right knee into your chest. And really giving it a nice squeeze. It might even come out to the side. Make sure that left foot is flexed. Again, no passive stretching. We want it to be active throughout the whole time. And that's for safety purposes. That's to make sure none of your joints or anything are overstretched. And just to create optimal alignment, again, like I've spoken about earlier. And then on your next inhale, bend that left knee, cross the right ankle over the left knee. So it creates this little figure 4 shape here. And then when you're ready, coming up onto the toes, and then eventually lifting that left foot, keeping it flexed, reach through this little keyhole that you've created with your leg and clasp onto this left thigh. And just a gentle pulling in towards the body. Breathe down into the hips, into the lower back. Both your shoulders and head should be on the ground. And this stretch you can take as far as you'd like. You can push your right elbow into your right knee as you gently pull this left leg towards you to create a deeper stretch. But if it's just enough pulling it towards you, please just honor yourself. Notice the thoughts that arise, acknowledge and breathe away, letting them go. Save it for later. Knowing that all you have to do is be here and now in this moment. Take a big breath in, and on that audible sigh, begin to bring that left knee down towards the earth. Uncross the right leg and lengthen your legs out nice and long. Reach your arms over your head for a nice big stretch. Point and flex the toes. And then begin to draw that left leg in towards your body, clasping onto the outside of the shin or knee, wherever you can reach for, and just gently pull it towards the earth. A nice big squeeze for this thigh. On your next inhale, begin to bend the knee, bring the sole of the foot to the ground, your right knee, sole of the foot to the ground, cross that left ankle over, and then finding this figure 4 shape on this side. So eventually lifting that right foot off the ground, reach for the outside, the inside of that thigh, bend the knee, and just bring it gently towards you, breathing down into the hips. With an exhale, maybe pulling it a little bit further towards your body. Allowing for this opening. In yoga, we create this space so we can invite in the good and the positive. It's all about positivity and good energy. But also a knowing that, because I don't want it to seem like it's all butterflies, there is so much inside of us that we need to heal, so much trauma that everyone has experienced, especially over the past 2 years. So that's what I talk about, honoring the body, understanding these emotions that arise, feeling them fully, and then letting them float away. But during this time of yoga, trying to stay in the present moment and saving those emotions for later. But it's okay to have them. We all have them. Nobody's perfect. Take a nice big breath in. And then draw that right foot back down towards the earth. Uncross this left. Keep your legs bent. Actually, bring them into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Allow yourself to feel those emotions and love yourself. A nice big hug. Bring the chin to the chest. And then drop your head down. Drop the soles of the feet down towards the earth. Bring the soles of the feet towards your body as much as you can, and squeeze your arms into your body, but they're on the ground, and then reach your fingertips towards the heels. And they might not actually reach. It's just about the action of reaching your fingertips towards the heels. This opens up your back, spreads your shoulder blades nice and far apart, and draws your shoulders away from your ears to release the tension in your neck and back. On your next inhale, lift the pelvis, pushing into your feet into the ground and hands just a few inches. And on the exhale, release. On the inhale, coming up just a few more inches, feel your glutes and core activate. On the exhale, release. And those blocks should be handy. So on your next inhale, rising up, finding a block, and then sliding it under your body. Maybe today doing the lowest height, but if you are a veteran yogi, just doing whatever feels good for you. So you're gonna find this on the flat part of your back. So it's right between your lower back and your tush. It's that nice little flat area. So you don't want it too far down or too far up so it causes any pinching or anything like that. Just making sure that it's comfortable. Bring your arms back by your sides, palms facing down. And then your knees can stay bent, but if you wanted a little bit of a deeper pose, you can lengthen your legs out nice and long. And then here, actually, if you want to reach your palms up, it might feel a little bit different. So whatever you're going for today. But just allow yourself again to surrender onto the block. This is your root and sacral chakra. It's an area of vulnerability, definitely, but also creativity and passion and all those good things when you can find a healthy, stable feeling. I guess that's the way to say it, in this area. This is a very emotional area, especially for women. It's where we carry our babies. It's our menstrual cycle. It's a very sexual area. And people don't like to really talk about that. I mean, I guess now generationally it has changed, but just a knowing that you can unlock these things and you can feel anything you want to feel. Allowing these emotions to bubble up to the surface and then coming back to that breath. Acknowledge your thoughts and then breathe them away, coming back to the here and now, knowing that for these few moments you have nowhere else to be. Begin to come back to the awareness of the body and take 3 of those audible sigh breaths, filling all the way up to the top, and then exhaling, grounding down, feeling this spaciousness throughout your body as you release that breath. And then after that 3rd exhale, begin to bend your knees, bring the soles of the feet back to the earth. Gently lift up just a couple inches to remove the block, and then lower yourself down again, feeling those beautiful sensations as you touch the earth. Lengthen your legs out nice and long. Take a few breaths here, pausing in the moment, enjoying. And then when you're ready, bend the soles of the feet again. If you want, this could help let's do it first and see how you feel. Take a nice big breath in and let the legs fall over to the left side. Your arms come out to a T position, but if there's any shoulder problems, you can come to a cactus shape. And then if your legs don't touch the ground or don't touch each other, you can either bring a block underneath your bottom knee or in between the knees. And that feels really good. And then gaze over that right shoulder for a little bit of a gentle supine twist, another wringing out of the spine, creating space throughout the whole body. Just take a few breaths here, maybe closing the eyes. I tend to close my eyes throughout the whole practice. I noticed that. So I probably was closing my eyes the whole time. On your next inhale, draw those knees back up to center. Take a big breath in. And on the exhale, let them fall over to the right and gaze over that left shoulder. Beautiful. Just close the eyes and enjoy. On your next inhale, begin to rise back up, bring those legs back to center. If that block's in between, bring it out, bring it over to the side. And then just find any more stretches or movements you need before your final Shavasana. And Shavasana is the best part of the practice. It's when you come to the end of class and you just lengthen out those legs nice and long. Your arms come by your side. Wherever they fall, just let them be. And you can bring a blanket on top of you. You can even put a bolster underneath your knees. Whatever feels good for you today. And just allow yourself to be carried by Mother Earth. Feel the safety below you. Letting yourself melt towards the earth. Really relaxing all of these parts of the body as you draw your energy down. Feel the ground below you and melt everything. Connect to that natural rhythm of the breath as you just enjoy all of these feelings and openness that you created throughout class. And then if you want to stay in this Shavasana, feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. But if you're ready, just come to a fetal position on either side of your body. The left is a little more cooling and the right is a little more energizing. And just use your hands as a pillow here to just take a few more breaths, enjoying the practice, and fill your heart with gratitude for being here today, for taking this time. I see now that it was a 50-something minute video. So much for my short meditation and stretch today. That's all right. I'm glad. I want you guys to get as much out of this as I do. So just begin to sit yourself up to a comfortable seat, trying to keep your eyes closed along the way. Facing forward. Bring your hands to heart center. And just bow your head in reverence of this beautiful practice and in gratitude for yourself and for the people that are around you and for that intention that you set today. Taking just a few more breaths here. And the groundedness and inspiration and creativity. Oh, my dog came here to say hi. Hey, Leo. He likes the end of practice because I light some Palo Santo. He's trying to eat it now. Great. Anyway, back to namaste. Keep your hands at heart center and yeah, namaste. The light and groundedness and kindness and everything good inside of me honors and sees the light and positivity and kindness and groundedness in each and every one of you. And I am so grateful for you. I really am so excited to start this journey. I've always been a little nervous about this. I don't know why. It's actually an ego thing to not want to share what you have to offer. So I'm here and I'm excited, and thank you so much for being here. And I will see you next time. Bye.